everyone. Welcome to BNC Sports. I'm James Hill. NBA. He's known for making a buzzer beater to send Game 5 of the 1976 NBA Finals into a third overtime. Gar Heard made the shot heard around the world. Coach Heard joins us live from Phoenix, Arizona, the Valley of the Sun. Coach, I hope you and the family are well. Can you talk to us about the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
You know, James, I grew up in the South in Georgia, so it was like a mentor in a sense that, you know, when I graduated from high school, you know, Dr. King was probably in some of his prime because we wasn't allowed to go to school at any of the major white universities in the South. So I ended up going to University of Oklahoma. But being in Oklahoma, I had a chance still to follow him and see some of the things that he was doing, and just kept up with him. But it was amazing that, you know, the guy had such a, I don't know how you want to put it, but he had such patience because he didn't let anything upset him. You know, most people would have turned violent. Dr. King was the most non-violent person, and he didn't let anyone upset him. He had a mission to accomplish, and, you know, he did that. And unfortunately, in 1968, you know, he was assassinated, and, you know, the world lost one of the greatest men that ever lived.
Coach, Dr. King looked over the mountaintop and saw a beautiful society that was colorblind. Talk about everybody living together in harmony, and when we do that, it's a beautiful thing.
It's a gorgeous thing when we do that. Unfortunately, we was headed in that direction. Right now, it seems as though we're trying to backtrack a little bit. You know, everybody want to go their separate ways, want to separate them. You know, we have to live together. We have to, you know, appreciate each other, live together with each other to make this world better. And until we do that, it's going to be a tough slant all the way. I like some of the things that, you know, we're trying to do. President-elect Biden is trying to do. He's trying to bring everybody together. And hopefully we can do that. And through Dr. King's legacy, tomorrow, his birthday celebration, you know, that'll bring us a lot closer together.
Now, Coach, you're one of the greatest Phoenix Suns of all time. You've also coached the Mavericks and in Washington. Last night, James Harden was able to go into Brooklyn, New York, scoring 32 points. He had a triple-double in the Nets' 122-115 victory over Orlando. When you looked at Mr. Harden, what did you see when you look out there and you see him playing with KD?
I saw a guy that was very happy. You know, he was glad to be in New Jersey with KD, and I thought that it took a lot of pressure off him. He got a chance to score. It looked like at first he would just, you know, try to distribute the basketball, in which he had 14 assists. But the one thing that I noticed that he really made it a lot easier for KD too, because KD didn't have to really stress about scoring a lot of points, although he had 42. But James got him a lot of easy basket, and he got the other guys a lot of easy basket. I think the one thing that I'm waiting to see what happens is when Kyrie comes back, who's going to be the number 2 guy? You know, because we know KD is going to be number 1, but who's going to be willing to sacrifice part of their game to make the team better? And also, who's going to bring this team together to play defense? Because they can score a lot of points, but some nights the ball is not going to be falling, so you're going to have to stop some players. And I think that's when you find out how good the Nets going to be.
Coach, you played with Mr. Paul Westphal. Talk about his legacy in playing with the Suns and the Celtics and USC Trojans men's basketball.
Paul was one of those guys that could score from anywhere. You know, he had a mentality of scoring. He was a good teammate. He was a great team player, and he was a smart player too. So the thing that I liked about him was that he really pulled the team together. Everybody on the team really liked him. They liked what he was doing. He took the pressure off a lot of guys, and, you know, we started really rolling when Paul moved over to the 2-guard spot, and it took the pressure off him on handling the ball, because before he was the point guard and Dick Van was the 2-guard. And then once Ricky Sober took over, Paul became more prolific scorer than he has been in the past.
All right, thank you, Coach Heard, from joining us from Phoenix live. Stay safe, Coach. All right, the sports community and the coronavirus prevention, according to the Associated Press, Los Angeles Lakers superstar Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is encouraging people to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The NBA's all-time leading scorer is seen in this NBA Cares video receiving the vaccine. The six-time NBA champion, Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, is 73 years old, and College Football Hall of Famer Rudy Hubbard tells me he's taken the vaccine. Here's what Coach Hub had to say.
I've had my first shot. I have to go get my second shot in 3 weeks. So I'm just hoping that everybody will wear their mask and do everything that they need to do so we can get back to normal life.
Thank you, Coach. NFL playoffs, the AFC divisional round, the Cleveland Browns at the Kansas City Chiefs. Check out this video. You're looking at third quarter video of quarterback Patrick Mahomes with the football. He takes the contact and he goes down, but he gets up staggering on the play. He had to be helped to the sidelines. Mahomes was ruled out for the rest of the game. Reportedly, Patrick Mahomes is in concussion protocol. Chiefs hang on to win 22-17. Highlights right here next hour. Also in action, NFC divisional round right now in the Dome at last check. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10, the New Orleans Saints 6. We'll have more details right here, as always, next hour. Finally, it's time for our BNC King of the Hill PGA. Black pro golf legend Calvin Peete won 12 PGA Tours. Peete shot .269, finishing 19 under to win the 1979 Greater Milwaukee Open by 5 strokes. Calvin Peete is our BNC King of the Hill. Calvin Peete was born July 18, 1943 in Detroit, Michigan, Motown. He passed April 29, 2015 in Atlanta, Georgia. In 1985, Peete shot .274, finishing 14 under par to win the Tournament Players Championship by 3 strokes. Calvin Peete finished tied for 11th in the 1986 Masters Tournament. Mr. Peete earned 12 PGA Tour wins and 14 pro golf victories overall. Many people believe he paved the way for Eldrick Tiger Woods. Calvin Peete is our BNC King of the Hill.